Good evening. This is a City Commission special meeting. It is October 15th, 2015. It is 6:42 p.m. Please rise for the invocation, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this truly beautiful day and for your many and abundant blessings. As we meet tonight, we ask that you graciously grant us the wisdom to govern the conflicting interests and issues before us, and that the decisions we make tonight promote understanding and order. We also ask for the citizens of this wonderful city to be granted personal peace in their lives and joy in their tasks. It is in your most blessed name that we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ms. Farm, roll call, please.
Mayor Weller.
Here.
Vice Mayor Jamison.
Here.
Commissioner Evans.
Here.
Commissioner James.
Here.
Commissioner Williams.
Here.
Thank you. The item here tonight, this is a special meeting on one issue, and that is to discuss the August and September utility billing process and what occurred to cause some issues here. I believe that we have the staff going to provide some information to begin with. We're going to go through that, allow the commissioners to ask questions, and then we'll open it up to the public. Manager, is the finance director going to do this?
Yes, she is. She has a, let me say that this is really only going to happen this one time. We upgraded our software after maybe 10, 15 years, and from now on we'll upgrade our software slowly every year so that we don't have this glitch. I guess in hindsight, we should have notified the public that we were having a problem with at least 400 bills and that we were going to go ahead and simply estimate those bills. But hindsight is always great, and in the future we certainly have learned to listen.
As the city manager said, we upgraded both, not only our software for the utility billing, but also the software for the handheld for the meter reading. One was done in June, one was done in July. As he said, 10 years, a lot of changes. You do billing once a month, so when it came to, with the month of July, we had the company that did the upgrade with us. August, we're trial and error. We got through as many meters as we could. The decision was, do we hold up 2,400 bills to be late, or do we just estimate the 400? As he said, in hindsight, we should have communicated better, and we do apologize for that. So then when we got to September, the bills were actually read. So there was a higher consumption for 1 month. So what we're doing, and we'll show you examples, but what we're doing is we're actually averaging your two bills and giving you credit for what you paid in August, and then you have a balance left. We're working if you need a payment plan. We're not penalizing people, this group of people. I've talked to probably 100 people myself, and getting through them. We have about 325. We are about 90 left to adjust. So I think that's right. That's where we are right now. As I said, there's 325 customers that are being adjusted. We're down to about 90 left. As you said, we hope this never happens again. I want to say I promise you it won't happen, but unfortunately, I can't. But we are doing our best. So what we'd like to do is show what an August. So this is what an August bill looked like. Oh, excuse me. This is a September bill. I apologize. So this is a September bill. As you can see, there was no consumption for the month of August, big consumption for the month of September. So then they ended up with a very high bill. So what we're doing is, if you would go to the next one. So the next one, you can see what we did was we took the cost, divided it in half, less what you paid in August, and then showed, what the credit was, and then showed what was due for September.
Can you enlarge that a little bit so people can see that a little bit clearer?
No, but I do. If anybody, there's actually some up here. If people want a copy of them, if anybody needs a copy, I made some extra copies.
So can you walk us through that?
So, okay, so this one, okay, so here's where the adjustment went. So there was 13,760 gallons that actually went through the meter. We divided it in half, which gave 6,880 per meter. So there's the water charge base rate at the bottom right there, 808. That's the base rate. Then the first 3,000 gallons are $269 each for each 1,000. So that comes to 807. So then we subtract that and it leaves 3,880. So the next 2,000 gallons are at 304 each. That comes to the 608. And you subtract off that from the 38 and it leaves you with 1,880. The next 10,000 are 331 each. If it doesn't reach 1,000, you do not get charged for it. So in this example, this person got 880 gallons of free water. Does everybody see that? How you subtract? So anyway, so the total is 1746. Your base charge is 808, comes to 2554. So then the sewer is done off the same reading. So we did the 6,880. So the base rate for sewer is $3,441, and that gives you 5,000 gallons, up to 5,000. Then every 1,000 after that is 687 each. So we took off the 5,000, we took off the 1,000, and again you got 880 free sewer. So the sewer charge is $41.28, and then the garbage for this person is $19.50. So it came to $86.32 for August and $86.32 for September. They paid $61.99 in August, so we subtracted that off. So their corrected September bill was $110.65. Their bill originally that they received was $157.58, and less what they should have paid, so they got a credit of $46.93. Does anybody have questions on this particular one? Okay. Absolutely.
So you need to come forward, please, and give your name.
My question is, I don't understand. You took what we paid for in August.
Please state your name for the record, please.
I'm sorry.
Please state your name for the record.
I'm sorry. It's Kay Evans. And
Okay.
oh yeah, you remember me, right?
Yeah.
I've been on the phone with her a lot today and yesterday on the week. Is that I don't understand where you took our bill from August or what we consumed in August. Correct?
When I say I subtracted, I actually took the amount you paid.
Paid in August.
Yes.
And then in September, which is this bill that I have issues with, I don't understand where you got the amount of gallons that I used, because I was not home at all. There was no water consumption at all at my house.
And I don't remember. Maybe I did bring yours.
And they did come and they checked it and all that, but I really don't understand. So maybe I just don't understand what you're telling me here is all.
Right, and you went through yours is you had 46,530 that went through your meter for the 2 months, and that's what we based it on. What I'm told is that you had to have an old meter. So what we talked
Right.
about with the guys is we're going to take yours out and put you a brand new one in that actually the new meters will actually tell you when time of day you're using water and everything.
Okay, but my bill is higher this time with no consumption, because I know with no consumption and nobody was there. And that was my dispute, is that I don't see why I'm paying more.
But you actually have consumption from July all the way to, so you actually have 2 months of consumption. So I know you said you weren't there for a month, but that's a 2-month consumption.
Okay.
I mean, if something was running, it could be, a water hose.
Yeah, it wasn't. I checked everything when I got home. But, so you're saying that the bill that you want me to pay now is a 2-month bill?
The consumption, yes, ma'am, is on it, and that's where we gave you the credit off it.
Okay.
I think I gave you $80 credit.
Yeah, well, that's what my question was, because I never pay $80.
Well, I think I gave you $80 credit off yours. I can't remember off the top.
I think that you said I owed 80, that I was going to pay 80. I'm not paying no $437.
I'll have to look if you and I can talk on Monday.
Okay, thank you so much, and thanks for putting up with me. I know.
Oh, no, it's fine.
Thank you.
Anybody have any other question on this particular example? Please come forward and give your name.
I'm Betty Cooper. I appreciate you guys doing this. Going back through my bills, June had a 0 consumption as well. So I paid that bill, which was $147.50. July's was $147.50. I paid that bill. My August bill had 0 consumption. I paid $61.99. My September bill is $244. How am I paying for 4 months when there's 2 months that there was 0 consumption?
I can, well, if you want to, do you have a copy of your bill?
Sure. I have all of them from the day I moved
No,
here.
all I need is your account number
Okay.
and a contact. If you want to just get with me right afterward, get a contact number, and I'll get your account number and review it.
Well, like I say, my bill was reread, my meter was reread last Tuesday, and I'm still waiting on a phone call to tell me what my bill is for September. And no one's called me.
I apologize. We are going through as quickly as we can. Again, I will call you on Monday.
Okay.
Just get with me after the meeting, get me your contact information.
But I still have a question, though, about, you said it didn't happen until August, July, when the meters were due. Why do I have a 0 consumption for June?
The meter software was new in June. So,
Okay, because-
so I will look at and adjust yours
So
accordingly.
maybe this problem has been going on since June, because mine has. Mine's been messed up since June. And I've definitely been calling City Hall about it.
Okay, I have not been made aware, but I will, like I said, give me your contact. I'll be glad to call you on Monday and we'll get through it.
Because like I say, I'm going to need to sit down with someone, because this is confusing compared to what mine
I'll be glad to.
are.
I know.
I appreciate that, because I don't understand what all this is, and I'm a pretty intelligent person, but that's really confusing.
We'll sit down, and if you want,
Perfect.
I'll set aside some time and we'll go through it.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you all.
Is there anybody else? Give your name, please.
Joanne Hamry.
Joanne.
Hamry. I was concerned about my bill jump from $62 in September, went up to $209 for.
And I haven't talked with you.
No, ma'am, and I called the city hall and they told me that the only thing they took off was $20, $170.
If you'd like to get with me afterward, I will also meet with you on Monday, and we can go through your bill.
I work, so that's why I was coming today. What time, Monday?
Do you have a contact number? I can call you, and I'll make it convenient for you.
Yes.
Okay, well, just get with me after the meeting, and I can even probably set up, because I'm here till 6, at least 6 every night.
Okay.
Okay?
Anybody else?
Bob Barnes, thank you, Mayor, for calling this meeting. I want to make a comment, I think, at the end. Are you going to go down through this list? Is that how,
Oh, yes,
the 8 items?
yes.
You're going to talk about it, so I don't want to talk about them, I guess, then now. I'll just
Yeah,
wait till
we'll make sure that all of these items have been covered.
covered and then, okay.
There was one other you were gonna go on, we didn't have sewer.
Yeah, let me, so this person doesn't have sewer, and they had 16,000 gallons for the 2 months. Again, we divided it in half, 8,010 gallons each. We go through first 3,000 gallons, it's $269 per 1,000 gallons, so that's 3 times the 269 is the 807. Then the next 2,000 gallons is 304 per 2,000, per 1,000, excuse me, and that's 608. And then the next 10,000 gallons is 331 per 1,000 gallons times 8, which is the 993. So their subtotal was 2408, and then the base rate gave their bill 3216. You take that times, and then they had garbage, and so their total was 5166 times 2 is 103 for the month of August and September, and then they already had paid $30.27, left them $73.05 as their bill.
Does anybody else have questions? You may come up, please, and give your name.
My name is Troy Jackson, and I just want to ask about there's a sulfur smell that's been in our line for quite some time. When we don't use the water on a regular basis, then it's real bad. The more that we run the water, the less that it is. We've been buying water from Culligan for many months. Our water consumption has not changed, but yet our bill increased substantially over the last 2 months. My question is, you said something about a new meter. Are those new meters going to be available for everybody? Because I know that we had a leak at our meter for probably 2 years, and I reported it several times. It finally got addressed when I called this last time complaining about our bill. So, and then she says there was no record of it. So somebody's not doing their job taking reports, because I'm not fabricating a story of calling and reporting my lawn being mushy by the meter for many, many months. So I'm interested, because I know there's something going on when our bill goes up and none of our water habits change. And they haven't changed, and so it just doesn't seem to make sense. How come now we're receiving a jump, and I'm told whatever comes through the meter we have to be charged for, when it seems that leaks haven't been a big issue? So I need to see about this. If new meters are available, maybe that's a possibility, and maybe that's where some of the answers lie.
Does he have one? Do you know whether he has an old meter or new meter?
He has a radio read old style.
Old style.
We can't get an extraction out of it. That's the old style.
Okay, we'll put an upgrade in for you.
No problem.
Mm-hmm.
Before you speak, please come up and give your name.
Betty Cooper again, thank you. I'd like to know my meter too. Is mine an old meter? Because I had to dig mine up to even find it. I don't know who's been looking at mine, but mine's
They don't necessarily. They can be underground because they're radio. You probably have a radio read.
Okay.
But we can look. There are new meters, and we have put in the budget to do so many of them that actually it's very, very nice that it'll tell you when your water is being run, and like you can check like in the middle of the night if you can see if there's a leak and stuff. So we'll look at what kind of meter you have, and
Okay. Well, that's another question too about the water. Our water smells like sulfur and rotten eggs. We buy bottled water because you can't use the water at our house. When you run the water into a glass, it's brown, it's cloudy, it's disgusting. We don't cook with it, we don't drink it. So I don't see how my bill is jumping up saying I'm consuming all this water that I'm not. In fact, it should be less, because we haven't been using the water in over a month.
until I look at. I apologize.
Right.
Until I look at your account, I
Understand. I was just saying, my concern is that the water at my house is not drinkable, so I really would like somebody to figure out what's going on with the water.
We will certainly look at that, because that's not the case throughout. I live in town too.
Well,
So-
I live just outside of town in River Glen subdivision, and there's quite a few of us that the water is not drinkable. It's really bad. So we definitely got to take a look at this.
Yes,
Okay.
we certainly will.
Okay, I appreciate it, thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, I think that covers all of the examples, basically, that we were going through to try to give you an idea of what happened and how it was calculated and how the September bill is being calculated. And going back through the questions that were raised, I think we've addressed what caused the problem and identified the number of people. Again, as far as what is being done so that this doesn't happen again, again, when you don't upgrade your software for 10 years and dealing just as if any other upgrades, if you don't upgrade from year to year, then when you go to do a huge upgrade, then things happen. And unfortunately, it happened with you all, and the city, as they indicated, should have gotten ahead of it and should have notified you ahead of the time. I think they've kind of learned the lesson that they've got to be aware of what's going on and let people know. We went through we went through the August bills and the September bills to show you how that was calculated, and how the credit that if there was any credit that would be due, how that would be received. And I think that is basically going to be seen in their October bill. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, there may be some people, I think, that may have come in already.
Yes, there's been quite a few that have already come in. We've already given them their credit, and we took it off their bill.
And the process for contacting the affected customers, I think you're just finishing up tonight and going through all of the calculations on each bill.
We have about 90, I was just looking, 90 more people that'll be done Monday, and then we'll contact them. But in the meantime, any of these people that are on the list will not get penalties or late charges, and if they need be, we will work out payment plans for them.
All right, so now, Mr. Barnes, we've gone through the questions. Do you have some issue or question you'd like to address, please?
Bob Barnes. Thank you, Mayor, again for calling a special meeting. I just want to go over a couple of things that were said, and one of the things I was going to call for was an audit, but I don't think that's going to happen. So I'm going to do my own records request for 6 months of records, and I'll see how that audit works. I don't think anybody addressed how you got the 13th on the bill, but maybe you'll figure that out.
Well, I can tell you on the 13th that my understanding that was a typo. If you look on the back of the bill, it still said the 15th. There was a typo where the 13th went in. The 13th is not the deadline, it is the 15th.
So it was a manual thing.
Yes.
We're having discussions about these meters again now, and I'm just really wondering how many old meters are out there. I think you as commissioners should find that out and find out the problem, because I've seen stories of people paying $700 for water, and they're saying there's no way they use that. So we really need to look at the old the old meters. Courtney has been in meetings with Archer that has different meters that are malfunctioning somewhat. There's going to be a report in Archer about it coming out. How do we know some of ours are not malfunctioning? We really need to look at that. And at the last regular meeting, it was said that we had contacted all the people and we were talking to them and we apologized to them. Well, today we're finding out that we didn't.
I think I said at the beginning of that meeting that they were in the process of contacting.
Listen to the meeting and what the city manager said. And the apologies were made. Well, apologies have not been made, but you have 90 more to contact. I would leave you with this thought, commissioners. You need to really put a moratorium for 30 days, make an motion, make it official, that whether you're going to do it for just the people that are affected by this, the 325 people, or all the people, make it official. Don't leave it up to staff to say they're going to do it. I would really like to see that done, and if not, that's your call, but want to say it seems like there's a handle on it now, and I'm glad that I brought it up and started this, and I hope you all have heard from some of these customers and seen how upset they are. And it was bad. It was a bad thing that happened, and I thank you for all for stepping up and admitting that it was a problem. And hope it does not happen in the future. Thank you, Mayor.
Anybody else? Is there anything else, commissioners, questions, issues you'd like to bring up? Ms. Manager, anything you need to say, you would like to say?
No, we'll wait till next week.
All right, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you all for coming out. Meeting adjourned at 7:08 p.m.
Sorry, Jenny, but it,
I know.
I know.
You were close.
He's gonna.